It is a delightful spring morning at the Kanaka Creek Watershed Stewardship Center, 15 degrees, light winds, and today we're going to take you through our Outside Adventures field trip program. We'll do about 3 different videos, and this one is geared at the little guys, preschools up to about grade 2, and we're going to just get right to it. And we meet up here in the parking lot. It's where we start. The funniest thing is one afternoon I had a program here, and right over there was the reason all the kids started giggling, because there was a great big cow standing by the gate, escaped from one of the farms. But we digress. Now, a lot of times these young kids are really close to the ground, and they really have a good sense of touch. So this is known as our magic rock. And it said you can rub your hand on here and feel the magic. You can feel whether it's cold, warm, maybe a little rough, a little smooth. So we explained to the children and their parents in attendance, this rock is so magical it can even forecast the weather. When it's wet, we know it's raining. Last winter it turned white, so we know we had the snow. And if it's ever way over there, well, I'll tell you what, we're having an earthquake. So we're going to use our imaginations and just pretend that I turned into a big hungry black bear because I rubbed that magic rock too much and took in too much of the magic. It's springtime. I'm hungry, and gee whiz, looky here. There's a garbage can. Well, I'm just going to open up this thing and... what's this? Can't open this. That's no problem. I'm just going to knock it down. Blue 32, sit, hut, Omaha! That's not going to work. Well, no people food for me. I'm going to have to go back up there and eat berries and grasses and insects and things like that. Hello, robins. Obviously got the worms. And you just never know what you're going to find when you explore in the park. So a couple little scavenger hunts as part of this program. We're down here in the meadow at the Stewardship Center day use, and we picked up 5 different objects off the ground, because the rule is we don't pick anything that's growing off trees, only things that are on the ground. So we can get our kids around here in a big circle and give them about 10 seconds to look at these things, and we're going to cover them up and send them off into their hunting area, which is right along here. Although we're not going down to the creek just yet. And they'll come back after a few minutes of exploring, and we're going to examine what we found. And you've got obviously western red cedar, and we can look up to see a big one right above us. And you're going to ask the kids, what are these? And they'll say pine cones. Well, they're half right. These are alder cones. See, there are pine cones, alder cones, Sitka spruce cones, fir cones, and ice cream cones. We can look at the catkins, just these little alder seeds here, and the cottonwood seed, which are very sticky, and they are very, very much attracted to freshly washed cars. So the second scavenger hunt involves some laminated sheets, and here we are. And the idea is just wander along this area, and we can touch, we cannot pick, and we're going to find what's on this sheet here. We found our western red cedar. There we are. And of course this tree, if it falls down in the bush, would last for about 100 years, because bugs don't like the taste of the bark. Here is our salmon berry. Nice purple flowers this time of the year. And we got a Sitka spruce, and they can feel how prickly the bark is. A lot different than a Douglas fir. So you get the idea, is they're just looking at these different types of plants and trees, and then hopefully they're going to go home and find them in their yard and their neighborhood too. If we take a look over at Kanaka Creek.